Hello everyone, it's me, Miss Reed, and today we are looking at quadrilaterals. Now this is a funny word, it's made up of lots of different parts, but quad essentially means four. If you imagine a quad bike, it's got four wheels, bicycle has two, bi means two, quad means four. Quadrilaterals are four-sided shapes. That's what we are looking at today. Here are some examples of, well, some are quadrilaterals and some aren't. We just found out what a quadrilateral is. It has four sides, and sides are those edge parts. So not the corners, our vertices, not about the faces, so not about the middle. That's really in 3D shapes, not in these at all. It's about the sides. So we're looking at the sides. It needs to have four sides. This first shape here, it does say name each shape. I'm going to talk you through them because I don't expect you to know all these off the top of your head. There's so many different types. This first shape here is one of my favourite shapes. It's one of my favourite shapes because it is called a trapezium. I'm just going to do a little drawing on here. I remember this one is called a trapezium because if you have a look, it's sort of like a trapeze. It hangs down like that. It's got a bar at the bottom, and off the bottom bar, like a trapeze at a circus, you can have a little person hanging off it, swinging. Whee! They're having a wonderful time. So it's called a trapezium because it's shaped like a trapeze. So that one should be nice and easy for you to remember. The slant's out, longer on the bottom, shorter on the top. That one is a parallelogram. Now the word parallelogram is a very funny word. It has far too many letters in it. But essentially what it means is that the sides that we've just looked at, parallelogram, I'm just spelling it, I'm not sure I spelled it right, we'll check in a second. The sides, it means they're parallel, and what that means is they run so that they're parallel to each other. So that means that they're not skewed at funny angles, so they can't be both like out like that. It needs to be sort of like a ladder, parallel. So the top line of this one and the bottom line of this one are parallel, but the side lines are outwards like that, so they're not parallel, so they're not running on the same angle, essentially. Whereas on this second shape here, the lovely pink one, it's got two parallel sides. Again, it's four-sided and it's slightly squished to one side. This is a quadrilateral because it has four sides, as we said before, and none of them are curved sides, all of them are straight, and they are parallel, so it's a quadrilateral. It is very similar to this little shape down here. Now this shape down here, all its sides are the same length. Both the top and the sides are parallel. So it's a parallelogram, it's a quadrilateral, and this one is called a rhombus. I love the word rhombus. It's spelt with an H, which is absolutely ridiculous and completely unwarranted. But what it means is basically it's like a squished square. I always imagine it as a square that's just been pushed on one side. So someone's gone and come up against it and squished it to the side a little bit. So a rhombus is just a squished square. Like it's been rhombus, like it's been run over by a bus. That's how I remember that one. The one over here is trying to trick you. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Now, five-sided shape is called a pentagram. Pent means 5, so that is a pentagram. No, it's not a pentagram, it's a pentagon. What am I talking about? It's a pentagon, not a pentagram, like a polygon. So it is a pentagon. It's got 5 sides, not 4, so it's not a quadrilateral. So that is going to be our odd one out. I'm assuming you know what this one is called, so I'm not going to tell you, but in case you've forgotten, I am going to tell you. It is a parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral, it is four-sided, and it is a rectangle. It's a rectangle because two of the parallel parts are longer, and then two of them are parallel and shorter. Alright, so they're the same lengths at the top, and the same lengths on the sides, but they're longer on one or the other. So rectangles can go either way. And this lovely lad down here, he's trying to trick you into thinking he's a diamond. He's not. All of his sides are the same and they're all right angles, which means that he is a square. A square. Alright, so that one's a square. Hopefully we've got all those right. Let's go and have a check. Oh, we absolutely have. Trapezium, parallelogram, like we said, a wonderful rhombus friend down here, a rectangle, a pentagon, a square. Yeah, we got it. We nailed it. But we said that the odd one out is probably going to be the pentagon because all the others are quadrilaterals and that one isn't. And today we're doing all about quadrilaterals. Let's keep going. Draw lines to match the true statements to the shape. It is a rectangle. Is it a rectangle? Let's check. We're going to look at each of our corners. It has 4 right angles. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 2 of the sides, these 2 sides are parallel. These 2 sides are parallel, but they're 2 different lengths. So it has equal sides. No, because they're different lengths. So 2 of the sides are equal and 2 of them are not. So on that one. It has 5 right angles. Oh no, we only counted 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles, so it can't be that one. It is a rectangle. Yeah, we've discussed that. I think that makes perfect sense. It has 3 sides. No, it has 4 sides, which it says here, which means only 2 of those answers there are correct. Let's check. Oh yeah, it is a rectangle. It has 4 sides. Nailed it. Alright, fill in the blanks to describe this shape. This shape has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. It has how many right angles? Now I'm looking at these corners, and to me, if I'm looking at them like this, they've not got a nice squared off corner. These are definitely bigger angles. These are obtuse angles for certain. Yeah, these have got to be obtuse angles, so I'm going to say it has 0 right angles. Thank you, computer. It has 0 right angles. It has how many pairs of parallel sides? So we've said parallel means that they run in line with each other, like a ladder or a railway track. They can't be tilted or wonky. But these two, even though they're different lengths, we looked at this shape earlier, this is our trapezium, those two are parallel because they are running alongside each other even though they're different lengths. Yeah? But these two are lent outwards, so they are not. So it has 1 pair of parallel sides. So a pair means 2, so those 2 are a pair when they're together, but they are parallel. Cool. 4 sides, 0 right angles, 1 pair of parallel sides. Great job so far, everyone. Draw this shape using the description below. You might want a ruler for this part. This shape has 4 sides and 4 right angles. What shape have you drawn? Now there's a choice of 2 here. I'm not going to draw them because I don't have a ruler, but I'm thinking you're going to be able to guess. Think about it. What have we drawn that has right angles? They're really nice and easy to draw. It's going to have parallel sides. It's got 4 sides because we know that there's right angles involved. Have a try, have a check, and then let's see. 3, 2, 1. The shape you might have drawn is a square, which has its 4 right angles, you can see, or a rectangle. Now your rectangle can be any shape or size, but it needs to be completely parallel on its sides for it to be a rectangle, and for them to all be right angles at the corners, just like a piece of paper. Lovely, well done. Circle the quadrilaterals. Now this one is trying to trick you out, but I think we're going to be fine. So quadrilaterals, like we said at the start, anything with 4 sides, 4-sided shape. So we're just going to go around and count. I'm going to use my red this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one can be circled. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I realised I told you a fib. A quadrilateral has to have straight sides. So it cannot have curved sides. So this one is the one that's trying to trick us out. He is not a quadrilateral, even though he has 4 sides, because he's not a proper polygon. He's not got any parallels in him. So he is not quadrilateral. Tricksy one. Let's see about the rest though. We know this one's called a rhombus, and we've seen him earlier, so we know that he's going to be a 4-sided shape, which means he's a quadrilateral, so we can circle that one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides, yes. 1, 2, 3, Four sides, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 5. Ooh. What's this one called again? 5-sided shape. It begins with a p. It's not a parallelogram. No. It's a pentagon. A pentagon. Not a pentagram, as I said earlier. It is a pentagon. Alright. And then this last one, then let's double check. We know this is a rectangle. Again, it has 4 sides. It is a quadrilateral. Let's check. So the reason this one at the top has missed out, that even though it has 4 sides, is because these 2 sides are curved, that it is not a quadrilateral. Okay, that's the reason for that. It's got curved sides, it's not a quadrilateral, even if it has 4 sides. All the other times, if it's got 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. What is the same about these 2 shapes? What is different? There's lots of answers for this. We both know that these are both rectangles. The reason we know that is that they have 4 right angles at their corners, and they have 4 sides, and that they have parallel sides, but that 2 of those parallel sides are a different length to the other 2 parallel sides. So, what is different about them? We can look at their shape. Their shape is the same, except from it is a different size, it's a different length. You might say it's a different orientation. That means the way around it is the direction it's facing. You could say any of those things and they would be correct answers, okay? Size is the really obvious one, and you can see it's been turned on its side almost. So yeah, 4 sides, 4 right angles are the same. 2 pairs of parallel sides, like we said, but what is different is the size and the way it's facing, the orientation. Cool, pretty much to a T, we got that. Last one, Tina is thinking of a shape. It has 4 equal length sides, no right angles. No right angles. What shape could Tina be thinking of? Now you can tab back through what you've just watched, you can have a look over all of it, but they have 4 equal length sides. I only know one shape really that has 4 equal length sides, and that's a square. So I'm thinking, but a square has right angles. So what was the shape we saw earlier that was called a square squished on its side? What was it called? Anyone remember? Yeah, and it's tipped to its side as though it's been ran over by a bus. What's it called? A rhombus. She could be thinking of a rhombus. There aren't really any other options here because it says 4 equal length sides, so it couldn't have been longer on one side and shorter on the other, and it needs to be parallel if they're equal length. And the lovely rhombus is parallel. Even though they're off to the side, they are still running alongside each other perfectly, and the same as the top and bottom. Even though they're at sort of different orientations, they are still the same length. Awesome. So a rhombus, no right angles, but it does have 4 equal length sides. And it's still a quadrilateral. Great job. Oh, wow, last thing. Oh, I think this is the last one. Yeah. This quadrilateral has 1 pair of parallel lines and 0 right angles. Let's see if she's right. So we're looking for parallel lines. We know those are the ones that run alongside each other. And I can already see that these guys aren't facing out the opposite directions. They're not all pointing in funny ways. They are definitely running across from each other really neatly. So that is 2 pairs of parallel lines there. So she's not right there. There are 2 pairs of parallel lines and 0 right angles. She is right about the right angles because it's been squished. There are no right angles, so even though that is right, this bit here was wrong, so she is incorrect. Let's see how it says why. She is incorrect because this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, and it has 2 pairs of parallel lines and no right angles, much like our rhombus. Whoop, he's squished to the side, but because he's longer and spread out, he is called a parallelogram. So 2 parallel lines and no right angles, just like we said. Well done. You did awesomely today. Good luck with your sheets and good luck with your work. Thank you.